Welcome back to the extrusion generic model series. In this video I'll show you how to use the other tools. So to obtain the result that you want, like this, which is absolutely beautiful, you can use some basic tools just as I explained to make some extrusions within the model, the new model, and with many hours at the end, you can obtain something that looked as I showed you. And the most useful tool I told you that is the extrusion. So when you double click the already created volume, you have this create extrusion, which uses a plane basically, uh, that allows you uh, to add new volumes. So in my case, I think I want to add a loggia or balcony or something. So I think I'll add this, and I see that I can extrude, and I think I'll keep it like this. After that, I will create a void form, void extrusion, and I pick again this plane and try to create my loggia. And yes, I have this volume cutting the existing one. And now I have my little balcony, which is absolutely beautiful. And now maybe I want to use other tools, and I'll show you other tools for the use case. And I think I will extrude this volume. And let's say I make my balcony wider and a bit maybe deeper. And I would maybe say then on the sides I would have two columns. If you look closely, I have this sort of loggia, balcony, whatever you may call it, and I put on the side these two columns. So to create such columns, I'll use some new tools and I'll show you immediately. So I have this volume, and now I have this create. I will create, I think, again an extrusion, and this time I'll use a circle and set a work plane, pick a plane like this, and then I will use this circle and will be something like this. And I created this cylinder. Okay, so this cylinder kind of intersects my volume, so I'll extend a bit to help me in my process. So let's say it is something like this, and maybe this is wider, so maybe I have almost 2 meters, well, let's say 1.6 meters diameter. And now I have a greater cylinder, and let's say I want to make it taller, and now I can do something else. If you saw in this building, I have this curvature which is specific to a column. To create such curvature, you can use create void forms. Let's see, uh, void sweep, let's say, or void revolve. uh, Void sweep. In my case, I'll pick a path and just click. So when you do create sweep, you have this tool, pick path or sketch path, depending on your whatever you want to do. And now you have this path, and now I want to select profile, and I want to edit the profile. Click to edit the profile. So I will do once again for you to understand. So you have picked the paths and they are created. Now it seems that you can't select anything, but in fact you can select this this plus shape, and you can edit or load profile. I will edit the profile. Now I see that I can edit it, and in this case I'll do this shape. So I go, let's say, 240 millimeters, let's say, into the inside. Then I make an arch that is big enough and intersects this axis. So I'm go until something like here and try to make the arch like this, and basically I will have a triangle and make sure that my arch doesn't pass this vertical line, and now it looks okay. So if I click this tick, now I have the profile set. If I click once again, now I can see that I have my finish form, and now it looks absolutely marvelous. But I'm not yet finished because I want to add the upper part, and I will do some other cylinders. So I create an extrusion, pick a plane, I pick this plane, and now I have this, let's say, cylinder, and I create once again an extrusion, pick a plane, once again I have an extrusion, and let's say this is the capital of the column, which is great. So the same process basically would apply to the second column. I would recommend, instead of copying, to recreate it once again, because as you can see I lost that sweep. So basically I have to recreate the whole thing. So I have to recreate this not void revolve, to create void sweep, and I have to select this path, and now you see that it is in pink. You have clicked and now it is created. Now you select this plus sign with the green lines, edit profile, and you do once again the same, let's say, pattern like this. This would be 240 approximately. Just do it to be, let's say, almost precise, but doesn't matter that much to be mega precise. I seem that I have a little problem. I think I didn't do it well enough. Something changed. The principle remains, so even though maybe let's say I move it more to the interior, and this one I move it like this. No, it doesn't work like this. It is a little bug, but the main thing is that you apply basically the same process, so it wouldn't change that much. Now I see the problem. Yeah, it's kind of my fault. So I basically use the lower part cylinder, but from the capital and not from the great cylinder. And the problem is basically that it's not proportional. And I will delete it because I have to start basically from scratch. So now I can create, I think, void sweep, and now I can pick the path correctly, and now I can edit the profile as I told you and do this 240 I told you millimeters inset, but it can be higher. The idea is to have a proportionate editing, and now it is okay. And now I can move back the capitals. That's why for columns it's a bit more difficult, but now I have the encadrement, and I think I should move a bit the window and this one as well, and now it looks kind of better. Yeah, not the most artistic. Now I'm doing just a mock-up, but it will look good enough for you. Let's say I extrude this shape furthermore upwards, and now I have these columns and encadrement, and I think I'll do another extrusion onto this plane, let's say, and I'll do another rectangle just like this, like this, like this, and check where I can touch the capital. And now just see where does the capital snap, and now I have, let's say, the lintel architrave. And yeah, basically I have something. So this looks interesting enough, and yeah, this looks kind of good. So for a historical building, that may prove helpful for you. Also, if you want to simulate a railing or something, I think you can do the following way: create void forms, void extrusion, set, pick a plane, have this kind of rectangle, and you can do subsequent rectangles. Let's say I put something like this, but for I'll do it as a mock-up because this type of railing isn't really fit for, or maybe a bit. I'll do some more spacing, like something like this maybe, and I think I'll move, yeah, something like this. And let's say I put like this. I move another time, and yeah, that should be good. And now I basically did some sort of railing. It isn't the most aesthetic looking railing for the balusters or whatever, but let's say it does its job. So basically I used two types, void extrusion and void sweep, which is the same thing with the sweep command, which was over here, but I clicked out of mistake. So sweep and void sweep do the same thing. The sweep itself does the volume, the plus, and the void is the minus, the volume cutting, the main one. So this is it with the second tool, the sweep, and how it works for making your architecture detail look close as my project in here. So these are all the tools I used for creating these object sweeps, void sweeps, and void extrusions, and void sweeps depending on the case. And that's how I did all the volumes over here. Even the profiles, the cornice. If I go into here, I can see that I also made a cornice. And if I switch to these facades, wait a bit, I'll expand my view for you to see. So all the facades were done to do including these arches, neo-Gothic, including this masonry at the base, just an extrusion on the outside. So as you can see, you can do very many things with this type of tool, with just extrusion and some sweeps, and void extrusion and void extrusions and void sweeps. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video on extrusions.